Jadi dari program ini tidak hanya MDMC, tetapi juga tidak hanya sekolah Muhammadiyah, ada sekolah Katolik, ada sekolah negeri dan sekolah yang lain, karena kami misalnya di Madura itu banyak sekali yang bukan Muhammadiyah ya, misalnya sama organisasi. Di NTT lebih banyak Katoliknya. Jadi kita bersama-sama dan mereka menyambut baik karena pertama tadi mereka belum pernah mempraktekkan SPAB. Kemudian yang kedua, dengan bekerja sama itu mendorong gugus tugas dinas kesehatan untuk juga mempunyai tanggung jawab. Bahkan dinas kesehatan di beberapa tempat itu mendukung karena mereka mengaku memang kami terus terang belum pernah mensosialisasikan pandemi di sekolah. Karena sekolahnya online. Dengan alasan itu tidak perlu sosialisasi. Padahal banyak sekali sekolah yang sudah tatap muka ya dengan penurunan kelandaian. Oleh karena itu program ini memang menyiapkan seandainya tatap muka itu dilakukan kembali, itu persiapannya seperti apa, SOP-nya kalau itu dilakukan. Dan pembelajaran ini menjadi sangat menarik buat MDMC karena kita tidak hanya mengkaitkan untuk pandemi saja satuan pendidikan, tapi kita pendekatan ini kita sampaikan untuk dilanjutkan untuk hazard-hazard yang lain dan mereka sangat sepakat. Jadi itu take away dari program yang kita lakukan dan video, and I will summarize into a very short summary. First, this program has put policy into practices because the Safe School program has been introduced by the government of Indonesia since 2008, but only been launched as a regulation in 2019, yeah, in the ministerial decree. But even so, not every school has implemented, not every school has understood it, not every school know how to do it. Yeah, so that's this program try to introduce this Safe School program by the process. The second one is how to introduce the method instead of like having training, introducing the step that need to be done for the Safe School program. We use the behavior as an indicator or measurement for the change. So how we target the behavioral change as part of the Safe School program. Yeah, so we measure the change first and then try to intervene through the changes that we aim at. That's the second one. And the third one, what we learn is the collaborative work is still very important. Without having or working with other government, it's not easy to implement the risk reduction at the local level especially. Yeah, so the support of the local district agency, both at the kabupaten and kota, and also the task force using the pandemic is the pandemic task force, and then the district health office, the BBBD, the district disaster management agency, and also Dignas is very important. So we cannot only work with the Dignas only that overseeing the school, but we also have to include the other sector that relate to the school. It's very important to engage all different various actors to meet the change that we need. So that's what the takeaway, and we see that we could implement it or adopt this model not only for the pandemic response, but also preparedness for the multi or various hazard that face depend on the risk in different region. And one things we see here and also mentioned by Mas Rinsang is related to it, youth is very important. And we see here youth is the ambassador for change. So they listen to their peer group instead of their parents. So the involving the youth in the planning and the implementing or even for the monitoring, evaluation and also learning is very important in since the very beginning. So that's things that I think summarizing the video and also the program that we've been doing for the past 8 months. Thank you, and I'll give it back to the MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih MDMC.